1, 2, 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Motive Racing channel. We're here for the opening round of the first ever PlayStation 5 exclusive ACC League here in the GT3s on a Sunday night here, and I'm absolutely delighted. I'm stoked for this one. We have got 24 cars, I think, out on track for this one. Let's just have a quick look. 24 cars I think we've got here for this one. Awesome stuff. 20 or 25 cars we're going to have out on track here for this one. We've got Jazzman lining up on pole position, doing a great lap there by 0.8 of a second. He's got a big gap there at the top of that leaderboard, very much in control in this one. He's got an 0.8 of a second gap to Tynus in the house in second place. You've got Lucam will be lining up in third place, with Apparatus lining up alongside him on the second row, followed by Woody in fifth place. Took a win last season in the PS4 GT3 League at Monza. He'll be up there, he'll be fighting, he'll be in the mix for sure. Rompu, ever present in the Motive Leagues, doing a fantastic job lining up in P6. Saki and Andre will be in P7 for this one, with Dacuno, otherwise known as Quideo, champion of the GT3 PS4 League. A couple of seasons back now, lining up in 8th place. A funny looking guy in 9th, ahead of Raki, who completes the top 10, followed by Scuderia Paul in 11th place, Potter H in 12th, Emrosh 13th place, followed by Dazza Snipes in 14th, Crewkit 15th, Potblog lining up in 16th place, Shaka Zulu in P17, with Salty Joe alongside him on the 9th row in 18th place, Lexi Mate and Ruster Rebel completing the top 20 cars. Then we're going to have Kev, LRT Rooster, Stones Racing, and Drew the Great will be lining up at the back, having not set a lap in the qualifying session. But that is going to be that. Tynus in the house, getting a little bit closer to Jazzman at the top of the leaderboard there, getting himself within... Oh, no, hold on. No, sorry. I was just... that's my eyesight going. Apologies. It's still 0.8 between the two at the top of the leaderboard. But nonetheless, you know, it's going to be... I'm sure it's going to be an exciting battle. If Tynus can stay in the slipstream and Lucam as well, then I'm sure that Jazzman will have something to worry about over the course of this race. I want to say a big thank you to everybody watching at the moment. A big thank you to the 25 drivers here who have turned up to this race. This is going to be epic. This is going to be awesome. I am really looking forward to getting this one underway. We're going to be running on the bonnet cams in terms of the camera angles tonight. The reason for this being that unfortunately the spectator mode on PS5 is currently a little bit broken, so we will be running on the bonnet cameras for these drivers, and we'll see plenty of action from the bonnet cameras. Let's be real, we're going to see. I'm going to make sure that we get some good vantage points, and you know, you won't notice any difference, I'm sure, by the time we get into the thick of the action. But yeah, no trackside view unfortunately, down to the broken spectator mode, but we'll have plenty to talk about, I'm sure, with these drivers out on the track. If you guys enjoy what you see, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you would like to join us, then head over to www.motiveracing.com, get yourselves involved in the action. It's free to join, there's no extra charge, there's no strings attached, it's just straight up racing as you like it, as you want to do it. So yeah, please do, if you want to get involved, go to www.motiveracing.com, sign up via our partners simleaguepro.com. They're the ones who facilitate all of our stats, all of our driver lineups and calendars and stuff. It's a really, really cool setup that they've got on SLP. So guys, if you do want to get involved, then sign up via our website. That will take you to SLP. Also, if you have a sim league of your own, or you want to join other sim leagues, or you want to join other Motive leagues, you can sign up via Sim League Pro. It's so easy, and you become part of the championship straight away. That's one of the beauties of Sim League Pro and Motive, obviously, now that we're part of Sim League Pro, is that when you sign up to a championship, you instantly become part of that championship. There's no delay, there's no waiting for the lineups to be published or waiting to see if you got in. You'll know pretty much straight away, because as soon as we see your sign up come in, we activate you as one of the drivers, and you get access to all of the rooms, all of the relevant information in regards to the league. So it pretty much is almost like an instant gratification. Just so you know, you might have to push the stream button again on the PS5 and unmute the mic again. It took me a while to work it out. Let me just double check to make sure you can all hear me guys on the stream, because that'd be a disaster if you can't. Instant gratification. Yeah, you can hear me. That's excellent stuff. We haven't got a stream up at the moment, so I don't know what's... Okay, we've got a lot of comments coming in here. 9 people watching at the moment. Thank you to Potter in the comments. Also, Crew Kip as well. Potter says, good evening, mate. We've got Crew Kip says, good luck, everyone. Wow, you have Jazzman on track, says JR. Mate, that's the fastest console race that I've ever seen racing on here or Project Cars 2. Tynus is a beast. 2, I'm guessing they're a team. Raki, Paul, let's go, he says, getting behind his Run DJC boys. DJC crew, and also Thumbs Up crew as well. I'm pretty sure Jazz has got nothing to worry about. Well, hopefully he does, for the sake of the show and, you know, our entertainment. Let's hope that Tynus has got a few tricks up his sleeve. Maybe Lucan. Woody's a good driver, and I don't think Woody gets too much of a chance to practice, so hopefully he's done no practice and he's going to just improve as the race goes on. I don't know, this is just me being hopeful, but you never know what's going to happen, do you? You've just got to hope, but maybe his tyres going off with the Bentley in regards to Jazz. Kevin Bond Chance says Warpy. Also Sean Freeman says good luck everyone. Hashtag team, says JR Sim Racing, and we can hear you, mate, says Sean. Excellent stuff, good to hear. Glad that you can hear me. I'm not just waffling away to myself as the JR. As JR would call me, I am the Watford Waffle, that is my nickname. Also the what's it called, the reverse driving expert around Monza Short as well. I'm also called that. Andy, you gave me a commentator's curse saying I'd do well at Monza. How could you? I'm sorry. I thought you'd do well at Monza, Cheese. I thought you'd be good because I know how well you do from the back at Monza in the GT4s. Good luck to everyone, says Cheese Monkey as well. Good to see Cheese Monkey in the stream. He was racing in the GT3s on the PS4 a few minutes ago, actually. He ended up, I think finishing a little way down the order because he had a moment coming through Ascari about midway through the race, just before the pit window. Cheese did have a bit of a mistake. He was running in a podium spot and he was in contention for the win as well, but it went wrong for him in that one. But good to see Cheese being a good sport nonetheless and checking us out here for the PlayStation 5 platform. JR in the comments says unlucky at Monza, Cheese. The 911 always a handful. But we're coming around on the formation lap here at the home of motorsport, the home of British motorsport, the home of the British Grand Prix, and also host of the British GT series as well, Silverstone circuit. We're riding on board with Woody at the moment, who will be starting this in P5. I reckon Woody's probably a good driver to take the start with, on board with. We're going to try and flick down the order. We're going to probably flick from Woody down to maybe Raki, down to Crew Kip, and then down to the back. We're going to try and get it, taking a few camera angles here. I've said before, we can only run with the bonnet cameras here on the PS5, down to the fact that the spectator mode currently is a little bit broken. Hopefully the patch that's coming out tomorrow will sort that out, but time will tell us the answer to that one. There's another hiccup. Auto Butcher, now you're working full time, you can buy a PS5. Geez, no excuses now. You're a working man. No reason why you can't fork out. I thought I'd do well too. It is what it is, says Cheese. It is what it is. You can't change it now. What's done is done. Ultimately, let the past be past. Move on, and on to the next one. Also, JR says, Freeman stream. Bit of an inside message there. Don't really know what that's about, but here we are then. Anyway, coming in towards Brooklands, we've got just Brooklands and Luffield and Woodcote to go. Then we come on to the start-finish straight, the old start-finish straight, the national pit straight. We're not running on the international pit straight, the GP circuit. We're going to be running the old start-finish straight here at Silverstone for this one. Freeman's about to be busy clicking buttons. Is he? What's he going to be doing? It's me that runs the stream, it's not Freeman. Here we are anyway, about to come into Woodcote, about to go racing for this 1 hour long endurance race here for the opening round of the GT3 Championship here on the PlayStation 5 platforms. What can Woody do? Lining up in P5 just behind Jazzman, Tynus, Lucam and Apparatus. Here we are then, up towards the line, and it will be... No, second line, sorry, apologies. Forgot that we don't go until the second line here. So here we go, green. We are racing now. Jazzman holding it on the inside, but Tynus is going to go around the outside of Cop's corner, and he's got himself to lead the race. So nicely done there from Tynus, on board with Apparatus as he's looking to try and get the run here on Lucan. Up towards Maggots and Beckett's they come, has to tuck in behind. Woody there just behind these in 5th place, looking to try and get himself in front of Apparatus, but can't do anything just there. You've got Rompu running wide there, coming through Beckett's, and he's lost out a couple of positions there. Rompu losing out to Saki and Andre, and what looks to be the Kuno getting through. A funny looking guy that's gained a couple of positions side by side here with Saki and Andre. A funny looking guy trying to look down the inside, down the hanger straight towards Stoke corner we come for the first time. Let's see if the time board updates itself. We can see exactly what the state of play is here. It's Tynus in the house leading the race ahead of Jazzman, as we're watching the funny looking guy tried to get onto the back here of Saki and Andre, but nothing doing just there. Jazzman all over the back of Tynus in the house. You've got Lucan of Apparatus, there's Woody, the Kuno, Saki and Andre, there's a funny looking guy, Emrosh on the back of Raki. You've got Krukip, Chaka Zulu, Rompu down the order there, as we can see. Also Rompu trying to get down the inside here of Shaka Zulu. In fact, Krukip, sorry, getting ahead of Shaka Zulu up into 11th place. Nicely done there from Krukip. Tynus though out in front, it's got a half-second gap here to Jazzman at this point. Lucan stalking these guys pretty close in the mirrors here. You've got a fine looking guy looking to try and get ahead of Saki and Andre in towards Village. They come for the first time. Saki and Andre a little bit, this is the apex ever so slightly there by about a metre. Fine looking guy not really able to do anything just there. But closely congested GT racing here on this opening lap at Silverstone. Oh, Rompu's had a mistake. Rompu's round. He's losing positions here. Rompu's going to be dropping down towards the rear end of the field. Is he right at the back here? I think he might be. No, he's down in 21st place, so he's ahead of Poplock, Stones and Drew the Great, who seem to have also had problems at the start of this race. Not been the opening lap that they would have needed at all. Riding on board with Apparatus, you can see Lucan is absolutely hassling the back of Jazzman right now. Riding on board with Lucan, running in P3 in this race. Tynus leading, having got the jump on Jazzman, having got that better reaction as the lights went green. Into Cop's corner we come for the second time. They're all taking that curve on the inside, but at the moment Tynus doing what he has to do. And JR in the comments saying he reckons that Tynus and Jazzman working as a bit of a team. Lucan currently keeping with this two-man Bentley team. The number 13 and the number 1 currently 1-2 at the moment, but Apparatus dropping off for this top three a little bit, as you got also Saki and Andre. Saki and Andre's lost it. Oh, Saki and Andre's round just as we dropped to him there. He's got a little bit loose there, coming out of Beckett's into Chapel Curve, and he's going to lose out here. He's going to drop down the order like a stone here as he rejoins the track. I think he's rejoined just behind Potter H, and Dazza Snipes has got through as well there. And Ruster Rebel is coming out. He's going to filter out just behind Saki and Andre, I think. So Saki and Andre comes out just in front of Ruster Rebel. And Ruster Rebel now looking down the inside and towards Stoke corner. Is he going to commit this move down the inside? He goes, oh, bit of contact there. And that was a bit aggressive there from Ruster Rebel, I've got to say. He comes off worse, and Saki and Andre continues on his way. Ruster's now going to lose out. Salty Joe getting himself into P16 as a result of that slight contact there between the two of them. Not really much doing, to be honest with you. Kev's currently on the back of Lexi right now, but it looks like Kev's actually managed to make that stick there on Lexi, mate. So Kev up into 18th place there in this race. Back to the battle at the front. Jazzman still hassling the back of Tynus, and these two have gapped Lucan a little bit over the course of the middle sector. But Jazzman looking to try and get on this with this and take the fight to his teammate as soon as he can. Apparatus there in 4th place on the back of Lucan. We've got Woody there still running in P5. Couple of seconds back to Bakuno there in 6th place, who in turn has got a funny looking guy not too far back. Emrosh there in 8th. Raki's still hunting the back of Emrosh at this point. You've got Krukip there in 10th place here in this race, in the relatively early stages of this race. Lexi, mate, on the back of Ruster Rebel, has got Kev hassling the back of him. Kev looking to try and make this move. Is he going to send one down the inside into Brooklands? No, thinks better of that one. Rompu trying to gain places here after that first lap nightmare. He's looking to try and get the cut back here on Kev. Kev lost about a little bit to Lexi, mate, coming through Brooklands and Luffield, but Rompu not able to really get the run out of Luffield this time around to get any run here on Kev. Coming down the old start finish straight through Woodcote corner. Back to the battle at the front. Let's see what's happening with Tynus and Jazzman. It's still Jazzman hassling Tynus, looking for any way through that he can. Coming out of Chapel, out onto the hanger straight here for the 3rd time in this race. It's nothing to separate these two at all. They've got a bit of a gap back to Lucan now. They seem to have the pace over Lucan. At this point, Apparatus now has lost out actually to Woody, and Has he lost out to D'Acuno as well? D'Acuno's up into 5th. Apparatus has dropped down the order. He's lost quite a few positions here. He's down in 9th place now. So Apparatus has lost out to Emrosh and Raki as well. Raki on the back of Emrosh, trying to get himself into 7th place if he can. Let's see what's going on at the front between these two. Tyler's still with Jazzman, trying to find a way through ahead of him. Rompu's picked off Leximate up into 18th place. He's picked off both Kev and Leximate and can now focus his attention on Ruster Rebel. Kev has also gone ahead of Leximate, so Leximate losing a few positions there and has lost a few seconds in time to Kev in what is now 19th place there for Kev. Tyler still leads by 3/10 at the moment ahead of Jazzman. You've got Raki still on the back of Emrosh, still trying to force him into a mistake, but no such occurrences in favour of Raki at this point. Emrosh though, bit deep coming through Aintree. Doesn't allow Raki in at the moment. Through the loop they come here, and Raki doesn't really get a cutback really would have liked to. Can't really get the run coming out onto the Wellington straight forward now then. Tynus and Jazzman still separated by not much at all in this battle for the lead of the race. These two join the league a bit later on in the sign up. The PS5 Andy says JR. Oh yes. Yeah, I'm on PS5 mate, yeah, I'm on PS5, it's me doing the stream, I'm on PS5 now. Tynus out front, they're still by half a second ahead of Jazzman. Maybe I'll be there next season, says Chief. Hopefully we'll see you on PS5 as soon as possible, because you're missing out for sure. Once the spectator mode's up to scratch, I think we'll be all set for our PS5 streams as well. But yeah, it'd be good to see drivers slowly moving over to the PS5, because the graphics, I'll tell you what, the picture is so much better on PS5. It's so much more crisp and clean. It really is a joy to behold. But Jazzman currently looking all over Tynus here, coming in towards Stowe Corner for the 4th time in this race, still not able to make anything happen. Lucam there running in 3rd place ahead of Woody, and a couple of seconds further back to Quideo. Still got a American guy over back in here coming through Stowe. American guy just waiting for the opportunity. Thinks of sending one into Vale, but D'Acuno holding firm. Raki's still on the back of Emrosh, but still can't find that opening at the moment then. Potter H on the back of Scooter Paul, these two separated by 4/10 of a second at the moment. Potter's been bringing himself back into this race. As a snipe 3 seconds behind, it's got Saki Andre now rearing him in. Only 3/10 between those two at the last sector checkpoint. You've got Rompu continuing to make gains after his first lap nightmare. He's currently on the back of Ruster Rebel at this point. Ruster getting a little bit hesitant there, coming through Abbey. Is that going to offer Rompu a chance here, looking to the outside into Village? Seems a bit more confident at the moment. Ruster Rebel seems to just be sliding around a little bit. And he goes wide there, coming through Aintree, and that's going to be Rompu up into 7th, 18th place, I think. No, Ruster's still hanging around the outside. Oh, he runs wide there, getting onto the artificial frost a little bit on the outside of that curve. But he holds on to 17th place for the time being then. As Stones just behind Poplock here, and they seem to be in a bit of a battle with Drew the Great. The Stones are looking to try and get around the outside, but Drew the Great holding on to that one. But Drew with a slightly compromised run there, coming out onto the Wellington straight. Could this be a possibility for Stones to pick up 22nd place in this race, looking down the inside in towards Brooklands? On board with Drew the Great, you can see Stones just appearing on the left hand side of your screen, and Stones has got that one done up into P22 in this race. Back to the leaders, Tynus and Jazzman still separated by 2/10. Jazzman waiting patiently here for an opportunity. He's not looking like he's not getting too aggressive at the moment. He's just waiting for his opportunity. I think these two are friends, they're teammates, they sign up together to this league, and yeah, at the moment it's looking like they definitely have command over the rest of the field. You've got Lucam running in 3rd place still in this race. He's a few seconds off of them, but he's got a reasonable gap back to Woody. He in turn managed to gap the Looking Guy by 3 seconds. D'Acuno though, pretty close on the back of the Looking Guy, only 6/10 between them at the previous checkpoint, and that's gone up a little bit since then though. On board with Apparatus, he's gained a bit on Emrosh. Emrosh has fallen off at the back of D'Acuno a little bit, and wonder if Apparatus can get a run coming out of the loop. If he can, he might have a chance of out-dragging Rush down the Wellington straight into Brooklands. Here we go, look at this. Looking up a nice toe. I think maybe just a little bit too far back at the moment though. Having a look to the inside, trying to distract Rush in the middle, and Rush having none of that for the time being then. Salty Joe there running in 16th place, still on the back of Dazza Snipes. Second Andrew got ahead of Dazza up into 14th, but is now chasing after Raki, who's sat in P13 at the moment. Raki though has had a mistake somewhere as he's dropped down a little bit. He was up in P8 a couple of laps ago, he's now down in 13th place as we said. Tynus and Jazzman still pretty close, 4/10 of a second separating these two at the moment. Jazz won't fight it yet until they pull a gap. Says JR, he reckons that Tynus and Jazz are just going to try and make sure they've got a bit of a buffer back to the rest of them, because if Jazz goes for any risky manoeuvres and they haven't got that buffer, then they could be throwing away the lead for both of them. But currently 2/10 of a second separating the top two here in this race. For the time being at least, so far, like they're just a slight level above Lucan at this point. Lucan sticking to the task resolutely, you know, he's not falling by the wayside for sure. But 3 seconds adrift for the leaders. You've got Woody still running in 4th place, a funny looking guy running in P5, but DeCruno sticking to the back of a funny looking guy. Apparatus has gone ahead of Rush up in 7th place, so he's made that move somewhere ahead of Apparatus. Don't know where he made that one happen, but Rush starting to drop off a little bit now. Had a strong opening couple of laps to the race, but seems to just be dropping off the pace a little bit at this point. Potter H running in 12th place, still just behind Scooter at Paul. They continue to really lucky a little bit, 2 seconds separating those two in 13th and 14th places. You've got Rompu still in P17, he's all over Roster Rebel though. Oh, Roster Rebel leaves the door open a little bit, Rompu trying to duck his nose up the inside there. Roster Rebel continuing to close the door there and not allow any gaps to form. Rompu's been on the back of him for some time now. Still able to find a way around him. Back to another at the front. Tynus still with a slender advantage over Jazzman. These two have got that 3 second gap back to Lucan, which is keeping them in good stead for the time being. Is currently in second of the Wellington guy at the moment. JR in the comments to smash the like button and support the lads out on track. Absolutely guys, please do if you like what you see, and drop a like on the video, subscribe to the Motive Racing channel and join us www.motiveracing.com. Wellington guy just gapped DeCruno a little bit over the last couple of sectors. Kind of super loose with Rompu. It does, it looks a little bit shaky. He was quick in the qualifying session, but I think it might just be down to how close he's running to Roster Rebel at the moment. He's looking to the inside, he's Rompu, he's going to complete his move. I think he's going to make the move into Stoke Corner, and Rompu gets that one done. Went late on the brakes, threw caution to the wind a little bit there, but he makes it stick, and that's definitely going to be a bit of a relief for Rompu getting that one out of the way. He can now focus on Dazza Snipes, who's now 10 seconds up the road, so he's got a long way to go in this race to get himself into a good position of Rompu. But his progress back to the battle for the lead. Jazzman still all over Tynus the House, but just can't seem to find the gap. JR has been saying in the comments throughout the course of this stream, he thinks that these two are working together. He thinks there's a little bit of teamwork going on. They want to gap the rest of them before they start fighting it out over the lead of the race. They don't want to do a Hamilton and a Rosberg and end up crashing each other out when they've got the fastest car and the best pace and the best chance of winning the race. See what DeCruno's doing. He's still on the back of a Hurricane guy at the moment. You can see here only half a second between them. Bruno's still putting the pressure on him, still can't seem to just force him into a mistake. Krukip there running in line place, still on the back of Emrosh. Emrosh continuing to fall back a bit and lose places in this race. Sharkazuli though, bringing himself into this fight. This is now turning into a bit of a three-way battle here for 8th place. Bruno's still just about out of reach here. Oh, funny looking guy. Back to 8th, 9th and 10th places Emrosh and Krukip. Down the hanger straight they come for the 8th time in this race. 7 of you watching right now, guys, please do drop a like on the video. Let's get this video to 15 likes if we can. We're currently at 10 likes. Can we get it to 15 likes? The next target after that will be 20 likes. Can we do it, guys? Let's keep pushing. Let's keep trying for it as Krukip now looking to try and distract Emrosh in the mirrors a little bit. Emrosh a little bit deep into Vale. That will give Krukip a better run coming to the second part of the corner. Can he get this run through club onto the international start-finish straight? I think Emrosh has just done enough there, getting onto the power to hold on here as they're coming up towards Abu. And still Emrosh clings on to this one, but Sharkazulu really coming for these guys there, running in P10. Times in the house still out in front, 4/10. This is gap at the moment over Jazzman, so these two with barely anything separating them. Let's stay with him for a little bit, because let's see if he's taking it easy or whether he's actually really pushing and trying his best here to make the move on Tynus, or is he, as JR says, just waiting for his opportunity, hoping to try and gap the pack behind him. Through nuggets and buckets they come. It does look to me like he is hanging back a little bit, so JR I think probably hit the nail on the head. He doesn't seem to be going for that knockout blow at this point. He's got the run here now. Does he make the move? Does he go for the move down the inside of the straight? No. Yeah, so you can see there's Jazzman has the pace to get ahead of Tynus, but he is not going for that move at the moment. He knows that he wants to get that cushion. He wants to pull out the gap here to Lucan in 3rd place before going for any send-its down the inside of Tynus. So these two, well, at least Jazzman playing it very strategically. A smart move at the moment. At this stage in the race, there's no need to push too much. Back to the battle for 8th place. Currently Emrosh holding on ahead of Krukip. Aparos has gapped him by quite a bit. He's now actually reeling into Fudo a bit as well. So a funny looking guy in the corner could be finding Aparos. He's coming up into Luckin pretty shortly. Because that was a hiccup there. I do apologise for it. Emrosh there running in 8th place, just ahead of Krukip still. Sharkazulu just over a second off of Emrosh at this point. Lucky in 13th on the back of Scooter Paul. These two separated by 10. They're good friends actually, these two. They know each other pretty well. Whenever Raki is in the comments, he's always voicing his support for Scooter Paul, and vice versa. These two have a good bit of rapport and camaraderie. Oh no, somebody's off in the foreground there. That is Emrosh onto the grass. And he's going to lose a bit of time here. He's going to have to wait for a lot of drivers to come past him right now. Sakin Andres through. Dazza Snipes has just come through there as well. So Emrosh, I think, is going to rejoin. He's rejoined just behind Dazza Snipes. What a shame there. He's going to lose out, I think, to more drivers, is he? Yeah, he is. Rompu. No. That's somebody unlapping themselves there. I think. Not 100% right now, but, well... That's gone horribly wrong there. No, Emrosh has actually dropped back further than I thought he has. He's down in 18th place. So he's also dropped behind Rompu, Sortajo and Ross the Rebel. And he's continuing to lose places here. In fact, where has he come out? He's come out. Where is he? He's even further down. How did he... Oh, did he miss... He must have missed the sector point. He must have missed the sector point. I think he missed the sector point. He must have gone off the track where the sector point was, because he's dropping down the field. He's losing place after place. I think he's retiring to the pits. He is retiring to the pits. Hopefully he gets himself back out again, but Emrosh there, because where he went off a village corner, went off onto the runoff area, and rejoined on the other side, so he skipped out Aintree and the loop and rejoined on Wellington Straight, and that has dropped him back because he didn't go over the sector point. So as far as the game knows, he hasn't reached that point of the track yet. And so he he is now had to retire to the pits. I think he helped you out on track again, but he's obviously rejoining where he was. But that has really ruined Emrosh's race there, and that's going to cost him a lot of points. He was in a good position before that. He was running in 8th place ahead of Krukip. Krukip now into that P8, he's 7 seconds behind the Partis. Shokazuli running in 9th place, a second behind Krukip at this point. But Emrosh there, what a shame. That is gutting there for him. Really, really unfortunate stuff there for Emrosh. And that's going to really hurt his points tally for this round. He was in a good position before that, but nonetheless, he can have his head held high because he was up there. He was running in the top 10. He was driving a really good solid race before that. But that'll be frustrating. It'll be very, very minimal consolation for him. Go to the battle for 9th because Potter H is all over the back of Shokazuli now. Has Shokazuli made a mistake because he's now over 2 seconds adrift of Krukip, who's running in 8th place. So I think he must have made a mistake there somewhere. Potter H now within striking distance of this 9th position. And Raki's got ahead of Scooter Paul. And Scooter Paul's round. Scooter Paul's lost it coming through Woodcote. So he must have, I think, maybe got a little bit heavy on some power out of Luffield, tried to correct it. He's obviously kept it sliding along for a bit. But Scooter Paul onto the grass, coming into Woodcote. He's lost out to Saki and Andre and Dasa Snipes as well. So Scooter Paul with a big moment there. Raki into 11th place, Saki into 12th, and Dasa Snipes into P13 in this race. Oh, what a shame there for Scooter Paul. Jazman's still on the back of Tynus here, 4 tenths between these two, battling out over the lead of the race. Potter H still on the back of Shokazuli here, in 9th position. But my oh my, Scooter Paul will be kicking himself with that one, I'm sure. Nothing you can do about it now. Jazzman still close on the back of Tynus though, 4 tenths between these two, coming down the Wellington Straight for the 11th time in this race. Down towards Brooklands they come. Jazzman just having a little look, maybe starting to think possibly about the possibility of making the move for the lead of the race. But he's been playing it very cool so far as Jazzman. He's just not been forcing himself into any snap decisions, any send it's up the inside. He's been backing off. We've seen him coming down towards the end of the straights, and Jazzman has had runs on Tynus, and then as he gets to the braking zone, he's just lifted off a little bit. Doesn't want to get too close. Either doesn't want to pressure Tynus, wants to keep Tynus' momentum so they can continue to brake and Lucan, or maybe he just doesn't want to take them both out. Who knows? Maybe he's backing Tynus for the win here. That could be the case, but whatever the reason behind it, at the moment, these two holding position. The question is, when does Jazzman go for the move? Does he go for the move? Can he go for the move? Funny looking guy running in 5th place right now, just behind Woody here, 2 tenths between them. Capuno though, very close on these guys, and it looked like Woody was a little bit loose there coming through Beckett's. That might have just given a funny looking guy the chance here. Is he going to smell blood here down by the hanger straight? I think he might be a little bit too far away once again. Woody should be able to hold on here coming into Stoke Corner, taking a slight defensive line just into the middle of the track ever so slightly there, as he probably sensed a funny looking guy thinking about sending one. But Woody surviving forward now, but at points Woody's looking just a little bit shaky here in 4th place. A funny looking guy and the Kuno certainly coming for him. Coming for almost at a rate of knots, but Potter H still on the back of Shokazuli, half a second between these two in 9th and 10th places. You've got Rompu now sizing up Scooter Paul. Scooter Paul with that mistake a few laps ago, we saw him having that spin coming through Woodcote. Goes wide there through Stowe as well, which will only instill more confidence in Rompu as he's chasing him down for this 14th place in this race. Jazzman still leads by 4 tenths of a second at the moment. Sorry, Tynus still leads ahead of Jazzman, still trails by 4 tenths of a second at the moment. 2 Tynus. They're coming up on some traffic here actually. Who's this? Just coming up on. 7 of you watching, guys, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Do subscribe as well to the channel. As we can see there, that's now the leaders coming through. Jazzman still able to make the move on time, just clinging onto this lead. Jazzman not forcing the initiative at the moment. Here we are out some more traffic just in the way at this point. LRT Rooster there. We'll hopefully see them coming. Yeah, flashing his lights, waving them by. Good driving there from Rooster, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, there they go. Makes it a little bit difficult for Jazzman as he comes round Stowe corner, but yeah, I'd call that a let through. Albeit a bit of an awkward one. Right now, funny looking guy still on the back of Woody, still can't get anything done. These three have been line astern really. Woody, funny looking guy, and Bakuno. No real changes in the state of play in terms of their order. It's been as you were, but none of them really looking like making a move on the other at this point either. Seems to just be holding very firm at the moment. Otter H still hassling the back of Sharkazoo at this point, just under a tenth of a second between these two. Sharkazoo really loose there, coming out of club corner out onto the start finish. Jazzman a little bit over the course of that lap. You see almost a second now separating them. Did Jazzman make a mistake, or was he just trying to give Tynus a little bit more breathing space? Lukem into the pits, as is Raki, as is LRT Rooster. So these three guys coming in at the first possible opportunity. Pit window open, it will be open for the next 8 minutes as well. There's Woody running in fourth place at the moment. He's just behind one of the back markers who's just come out of the pits. Krukip in the pits as well here from P10. And a funny looking guy, I think the closest he's been to Woody here. Here we come out onto the hanger straight. I think he's still just a little bit adrift of him. Makuno's lost out a couple of tenths to a funny looking guy coming through that part of the track, but in towards Stowe corner, a funny looking guy is still not close enough to make anything happen here with Woody. Funny looking guy though has taken a couple of wins here at Motive in the GT3 Sprint Cup last season at Monza. He took his first win in race 1 of that event. So looking to get a podium here in the opening round of the season, but obviously with obviously Luke avoiding him into the pits, he's in a net third place at this point. So there needs something to happen to him if either Woody or Funny Looking Guy were to take that podium spot. Whilst we've been watching this battle with Woody, a Funny Looking Guy and Bakuno, Apparatus has been reeling these guys in by quite a bit and is now very much on their tail. It's now a four-way battle for what is a net fourth place, because obviously we've already seen Lucan come into the pits for his mandatory pit stop. Here Window's got 7 minutes left. Where are these guys going to come in? This is looking like an exciting battle though, as a Funny Looking Guy can now sense that Bakuno and Apparatus are going to be coming for him. If he doesn't make this move soon on Woody, he's going to be vulnerable. But into the pits comes the Funny Looking Guy and Woody, so they're both in the pits now. Bakuno and Apparatus are going to be going at it here down the start finish straight they come. And here goes Apparatus looking all over the back of Bakuno, but Bakuno holding that line. Oh, bit of oversteer there for Apparatus as he just got a little bit heavy, tried to correct it and just got a little bit hesitant there. Bakuno will breathe a sigh of relief there, but Apparatus had a big scare there. I think that would have been heart and mouth done there for him, but holds on to it. But living dangerously there was Apparatus. Woody and a Funny Looking Guy still in the pits. Potter H also coming in now. And Tynus is in the pits as well. So Tynus from the lead of the race is coming in. Now it is Jazzman staying out and going for that overcut. Obviously these two are battling out for the lead of the race. We know that Jazzman probably, possibly, maybe could have got asked him if he really wanted to, but we saw he was just taking it easy a little bit. He had the run at points going down the straights and was just easing off a bit as they came towards the braking zones. Is he now going to go for that knockout blow and try and take the lead of this race through the pit stops? Maybe the overcut could be that best opportunity to get that done. Trying to slow back out on the track coming down the hanger straight. It's just Jazzman coming to the pits, or does he play along? Does he play it safe, try and go as long as he can and try and secure that possibility of taking that overcut, shall I say? No, he's coming into the first opportunity. Here he comes, Jazzman cutting the race in half there, cutting the stint in half and coming into the pits at the 30-minute mark. Bang on here. He's into the pits, he comes now. The Pruno apparatus still battling it out over second. That will be fourth once Jazz and Tynus and obviously Lucam come round to retake their positions. So this technically over fourth place in the races. Apparatus into the pits. The Pruno stays out. Apparatus is in. And Jazzman into his box now. Where's Tynus going to come out? Tynus is coming through the loop at the moment, out onto the Wellington straight. He's got about 30 seconds to go until the end of the lap. Jazzman still in the box, but his pit box is right at the end of the pit lane, so you might think, oh, he might get the jump, and then as they come round, we'll be able to see the true state of play. Here's Tynus into Luffield. He comes. Has Tynus done enough to keep onto this lead, or has Jazzman done enough to get the jump on him? Here comes Tynus out of the woodcut and onto the start-finish straight now. Where is Jazzman? He's still in the box at the moment. Still has not moved. Here he goes, off of the tracks. Now goes Jazzman. Tynus coming into Cops corner. Has he done enough to keep onto this lead? I think he has. Yes, he has. Tynus comes around and maintains the lead of the race. Jazzman has lost a bit to Tynus over this pit window. So Tynus has now got just over a second. Jazzman will have cold tyres. He'll need to get those up to temperature. So that's just lost him a little bit here. Tynus in the house maintains the race lead, the net race lead, should I say, because De Pruno still yet to pit, as is Dazza Snipes. Although Dazza Snipes, as I say that, is in the box right now. Sharka Zulu off and on his way, and it's going to re-emerge. P5 by the looks of it on the timing screen. I think that might actually be a bit lower down than that, as the leaderboard will update itself. Dazza Snipes still in the box at the moment. Woody got a stop-go penalty. Woody picked up a stop-go penalty, I assume, for speeding in the pit lane. So he's going to have to come in again over the course of, well, he doesn't have to come in for that during the pit window, but he needs to come in before the end of the race and get that going. He needs to come in the next 3 laps, I think it is, before he will get an even bigger penalty. So De Pruno leads the race. He's got to come into the pits this time around, and in he comes now to make that mandatory pit stop. That will push Tynus in the house back up into the lead of the race. Rompu currently separating the 2 leaders here. So the gap actually between Tynus and Jazz a bit more than we thought it was. It's about 3.5, 4 seconds between Tynus and Jazz. So Tynus has really gained quite a bit. He's certainly the big winner in the pit stops in this race so far. Rompu still here to pit. De Pruno into the pits now to make his stop, and here he goes. He pulls into the box right about now. Rompu into Luffield. Has got to come in this time, otherwise he will get a 130-second penalty for his troubles. In he comes now. Goes off into the pit lane. So Tynus and Jazzman separated by 4 seconds here. 27 minutes left in this race. We reckon these guys are working together. JR certainly thinks so in the comments, but definitely looking like Tynus is in control of this race here. Jazzman though certainly not going to give this one up. modes fixed with tomorrow's patch, because obviously right now on the PlayStation 5 version of ACC we can only run on bonnet camera or cockpit camera, so it's a little bit unfortunate obviously for the stream. So I'd much rather that we're running on the actual trackside view, but we've got to make do with what we've got, I suppose. Drivers have been into the pits to make that stop, barring Salty Joe actually. So Salty Joe kind of sat in the box. Everybody else has been in it. It looks as though Jazzman is really closing in on Tynus at the moment. 3.4 now the gap between these two. So Jazzman has managed to climb that down a little bit, but not by a massive amount. Tynus looking like he's holding his own there out the front. He's come out to put a lap on a back marker here. As a snipes on the back of Rompu, these two battling out over the final top 10 spot into Brooklands they come. I think maybe Rompu's made that move just now on Dazza though, potentially, I'm not sure. Dazza keeping with him though, Raki on the back of Poplog here, this battle for 15th spot. On the steering. Raki not able to capitalise on that one though, into Maggots and Beckett's they come. Poplog just looking like he's sliding around a bit, maybe feeling the pressure from Raki. He's looming ever larger in those mirrors. Out of Chapel Kirk they come. Raki's going to pick up the slipstream here. Is he going to have the straight line speed to make this move here on the Ferrari? The Lexus here really getting ahead of steam and looking to the inside. Raki's going to make this move for sure. I think he's going to look to try and dive down the inside of Stowe, and Raki there commits it and makes the move brilliantly down the inside up into 50th place. Poplog gaining the space, and Raki a beautiful move there. Can Poplog come back in and coming into Vale? No he can't. Raki makes that one stick brilliantly. Raki now can try and set his sights on Ross the Rebel, who's just in front of him. Ross the Rebel has just been lapped by one of the front runners there. Riding on board with the 213 Lexus of Raki. Races with us on Friday night in the F1 League as well. On the Codemasters Formula 1 game. Raki, a veteran here at Motive. Oh no, it's Poplog. Let's just dive down the inside and he's just spun him round. No, he hasn't. Somebody else there. Russ the Rebel is round. Russ the Rebel there. I don't know whether he got spun round there by Poplog. Is Poplog waiting for him? No. So Poplog is ahead of Raki, and Russ the Rebel has lost out absolutely hand over fist there. Didn't really see what happened there, to be fair. We were on board with Poplog and all of a sudden it just looked like he was being taken. We were on board with Raki, and Raki just got spun round or taken round by something, and ultimately Russ the Rebel's lost out and he's dropped well off the back of Raki and Poplog, so these two continue on their way. But Poplog back in front of Raki here as they're coming into Cop's Corner for what is the 19th time in this race. Gap at the front coming down here between Tynus and Jazzman. Jazzman's certainly got the momentum and the pace at the moment over his teammate Tynus in the house. They've got a reasonable enough gap back to Lucan now. I'm sure that Jazzman would be probably well advised to go for a move now or some point soon, I'm sure. But Tynus has got some traffic here. almost, sorry. Oh, Tynus almost got caught out there by Scooter Red Bull. And Scooter Red Bull moves over to the side. Scooter Red Bull, a fair and clean driver. And I'm sure that was just was caught a bit unawares there from Tynus, but he moves over for Jazzman. Jazzman now only 1.1 seconds behind the race leader here. This is now race on. Jazzman obviously got a little bit of a start pit stop, got to off the back of him so slightly, but these two have been battling it out for the lead throughout the course of this race, and coming into the final third now, surely Jazzman senses this being probably his moment to really go for that move and go for that killer blow. He's got some more traffic in front of him as well. That's Ross the Rebel there, just in front of these guys. I'm sure we'll be hoping that Ross the Rebel doesn't get in his way, and there he goes, pulls off to the side, moves well over, out of the way. Jazzman now with him, a second here off the race leader though, breathing down his neck. Tynus is going to be feeling that pressure mounting ever more as he sees that number one Bentley aptly chosen as well. Jazzman certainly the quickest man out on track at the moment. Got pole position in the qualifying session. It was down to the start really that gave Tynus the lead, because Jazzman was sleeping a little bit at the start, to be honest with you. Just didn't really get away at all well. But since then has stayed very much on the back and on the task here. And Dacuno battling out over fourth place. Dacuno on the inside, trying to hug the inside curb out of Luffield. And now just to keep onto that one, Apparatus there was looking around the outside. Can he maybe get the run here down the start finish straight though? He managed to get a better run here. He's going to look to make a move into Cops corner like how to be long stuff, and no, he's not going to be close enough there. Apparatus though is now looking to try and make this move on Dacuno. He's been battling out. These two have been going at it for quite some time now. Bruno's been clinging on grimly, but Apparatus just looks to be closer than he's been at this point, than he's ever been at this stage in the race. Can he get the run here out onto the hanger straight? Once again, Bruno's getting the run that he needs. Rompu now within a tenth of a second of a fun-looking guy. Fun-looking guy's really lost out over the pit window here. I don't know what happened to him, but he's dropped way down the order. He's down in P10. Could be potentially about to lose his position. Rompu's done a really good comeback drive, to be fair. Hats off to Rompu. Contender for driver of the day in my book. He was down to the back of the pack. He was down to P22. I think it was at the end of the first lap, and he's now fought his way back up into 11th. It's been a superb comeback driver, and he's 8 seconds up in 9th place at the moment. Saki Andre 7 seconds up the road from a funny looking guy. It's not out of the question for Rompu to pick up another position in this race. If he can manage to get ahead of a funny looking guy soon, who knows where he might end up. He's gone a little bit wide there out of Chapel, and maybe a funny looking guy's got the pace to match him at this point. Apparatus still looking to try and move around the outside of the corner. Hasn't made that stick. He has. Apparatus has got himself into fourth place there. Must have made a move there coming through Aintree, and he makes it a stick. Dacuno's going to try and come back at him. He's going to have the slipstream coming down the Wellington straight in towards Brooklands. Has a little look, tries to distract Apparatus in the mirror. Apparatus goes a bit deep. Oh, manages to take a late apex there coming through Brooklands. Oh, running a bit wide there coming through Luffield. Anything stick just there then. Jazzman within half a second of Tynus at the moment. we've heard from JR, these two are teammates, they work together. They're more than likely trying to maximise their gap to Lucan, and Jazzman doesn't want to make any mistakes and end up taking both of them out and losing them the win. Lucan only about 10 seconds behind. He's kept himself within touching distance. He knows that if these two do come together or trip over each other in any way, shape or form, then he could be there to capitalise, especially if they pick up damage. Apparatus only got ahead of Kiro's, gapped him a little bit now, almost a second between these two. As Krukip's still running in P6 here in this race. Sharkazulu a long way back in 7th. Potter H 3 seconds off the back of Sharkazulu. Sakin Andre there in 9th place, a long way behind Potter H. You've got a funny looking guy 5 seconds behind Sakin Andre. He's gapped Rompu a little bit over the last couple of laps, but Rompu a brilliant comeback drive. He was down in P22 at the end of the first lap, and he's got himself well up the order. Woody with a nightmare of a pit window, dropped a lot of places down to P12. Racky's had a couple of mistakes as a Scooter of Paul, which have dropped both of them down the order over the course of this race. Judah Great in the pits at the moment, so he's not going to I don't know if he's going to be coming out of the pits and back out onto the track at some point. Saucy Joe missed the pit window, didn't get his mandatory pit stop done, and he's currently residing in the pits at this particular moment. The lead of the race, Twilight's in the house and Jazzman 2/10 between them. They're coming up on some traffic here. Scooter 4 on the back of Ruster Rebel, these two going at it for 16th place. Lexi Mate putting the pressure a little bit on the back of Stones Racing as well. The two have been fighting this one out since the start. The two Bentleys joined together as teammates, and they've been bossing it. They've been showing everybody tonight how it is done here at Motive on both of their debuts here in what is actually the first ever PS5 GT3 race here at Motive. But obviously a lot of the guys out on track quite experienced in terms of their races. Actually, you know what? It's funny is that the top 4 are all debutants. You've got experienced drivers, Dakuno, Krukip. Well, actually, the more I look at it, the more I notice that a lot of these drivers are new drivers. Sharkazulu, Potter Rachel, both new drivers. Dazza Snipes, likewise, Poplog as well. Ruster Rebel, Kev, Lexi Mate, LRT Rooster as well as Drew the Great. Lots of these drivers are new drivers to the leagues. They've all stepped up to the plate really diligently. But here we are, the two leaders just come out on some more traffic here. Moves well out of the way. Jazzman looking to the inside into a veil. Tyler's not giving him anything to work with, not letting the gaps form, not making too many mistakes at this stage then. So we come out onto the international pit straight, not the start finish straight for this race though. That is situated between Woodcote and Cops, the old start finish straight, the one we used to use for the Grand Prix layout. Obviously nowadays the Grand Prix circuit uses the straight between Club Corner and Abbey as the pit straight, the building that they just, well, the complex they just went past a few moments ago. Is this where Jazzman goes for the lead? That's the question now. You can see himself in striking distance, sliding around a little bit there, maybe losing a bit of time through Magnussen, Beckett and Chapel, which would explain explain why he's not really in a position to make the move down the hanger straight into Stowe. Minus looks a little bit more comfortable through the faster corners. Could be setup related, I don't know if they're using the same setup or not. This Tyres just clips the grass a little bit there on the inside coming through Stowe. Still on the back of Roster with these two separated by 0.6 of a second. They're coming down the hanger straight here. Scooter like he's got a little bit of a shabby exit there out of track and curb, which has just cost him a little bit. And then he has the ability to get close onto the back of Roster through that part of the track. Rust a little bit deep, a little bit wide there through Stowe. And Scooter with a good exit here as well. I think he's too far back to send one into Vale corner. Thinks better than that one. Chazman's still trying to hassle Tynus in the house if he can. The opportunities just not representing themselves at this point. That was very close there. That was LRT Rooster there, who was just on the lap put on him by the two leaders, Tynus and Jazzman. Did eventually move over. I think he was kind of more forced than by choice though. 3 tenths now separating the front two. Jazzman still can't force Tynus into a mistake. He's going to have to send it. Go for a bit of a risky one in the final couple of laps of this race then. Tynus though was led pretty much from start to the current point. If he loses this one, he'll feel like it slipped away from him. Jazzman has just been tracking him the whole time, hasn't he? He's been sticking on him, but he hasn't really looked like he's too urgent to go for any moves. He seems to be letting off at points, maybe letting Tynus run with this for a bit. Is he going to shatter his hopes and dreams at the last minute though? That we will have to wait and see. Potter H there in 8th. Always just sort of shock as really they're getting a bit of a loose back end, trying to keep it in check. Now shuffle we come once again, and now Potter H is going to have that run. Didn't really get a much better run down to the fact that he was just getting caught a little bit up behind Shark as he didn't want to run into the back of him. He was trying to manage that exit in towards Stowe they come, and Mashokazu clinging onto that inside line there for now then. Down through Stowe and in towards Vale they come. Potter still not really close enough. In the house, and Jazzman are so close, and Jazzman just still doesn't seem like he's too eager to get on with this. He's got a run here coming down towards Stowe. Now he's having a look. Now are these two going to be racing here? Tynus holding it on the outside. Good driving from Tynus. He was aware of Jazzman. Even left a little space on the inside, which Jazzman wasn't tempted to take. You could tell he was thinking about it. But Jazzman just looking a little bit more like he's thinking about this one. Earlier on, we saw Jazzman, as they were coming into the corners, he was just backing off a bit, coming to the end of the straights. He had runs, and he was like, no, you know what? I'm going to hold station. But now, we're seeing a Jazzman that appears like he wants this a bit more now. Back marker moves well out of the way there. That, I believe, you know what, I'm not sure who it was, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not not sure who it was, but Jazzman's still on the back of Tylus right now as we're coming out onto Wellington Straight here for the 27th time in this race. 5.5 minutes left in this race, so we're going to have 3 more laps after this one. 3 and a bit laps left to go here at Silverstone for the opening round of the GT3 Championship here at Motive on the PlayStation 5. I want to apologise to those of you who joined us expecting to see spectator cams and trackside views here. Unfortunately, the spectator mode is a bit broken on the PS5 version of ACC at the moment, so we're having to run with solely the driver's monitor view basically on the cockpit cams and the drivers. It's a real shame that we couldn't have some trackside views, we couldn't have some TV angles, but hopefully the patch that's coming out tomorrow for the PS5 will sort this out and we'll be able to run with a proper spectator mode from for the foreseeable future. But for now we're having to run with what we've got. But Jazzman really close on the back of Tylus here. Out of Chapel we come here, down the hanger straight. Once again he just looks like he's a little bit too far back. He's getting that closing speed. Seems to have slightly better straight line speed than Tylus does. Tylus seems to have a bit more grip through the corners though, which is helping him out. But Jazzman is compensating for the corners, driving a really smooth driving style. He's nursing that car. He's just eking every little bit out of it that he can. Through Vale they come. Jazzman going to start to just get a little bit urgent here. We're going to start to see any impatience coming. He's been so patient throughout the course of this race. He's just been waiting, watching, and seeing how things go, seeing how they unfold. Otter H, John Rocker, Shark Zulu, 6th between these two. Raki's managed to get ahead of Dazzle Snipes. He's up into 13th place here in this race. Looking further down the road, not too many other battles going on. Bruno has dropped off by a couple of seconds off of Apparatus. But this is the battle that we're watching here. This is the one that we need to keep track of, because this is for the lead of the race. And it's Jazzman, only 0.4 of a second behind Tylus, coming in towards Brooklands here for the 28th time. A little bit deep there from Tylus, possibly feeling the pressure ever so slightly. Really riding over that curb through Luffield. That's not the line you want to be taking through there. It's going to give Jazzman a chance to really pounce here if he keeps making mistakes like that. Out of the woodcut we come, out onto the start finish here once again. Is Jazzman going to have a little look to the inside? He's going to throw a plate, try and distract tyres here. They're both clipping the grass ever so slightly there on the inside of Cops. An ultimate lap for the race here between these two. Tylus still holding on. Jazz so smooth on the steering wheel. You feel like he's just waiting. You feel like he's confident that he's got this. You feel like he's got that little bit of reserve that he's waiting to deliver that blow to find. He's waiting for that knockout. Certainly with the patience and with the strategy at this point, you would think that he's got something in his locker. So we come through Vale here, lap and a half to go. Sharkazuli's dropped off. Oh no, he's got ahead of Pot. No, he hasn't. No, Potter's actually gapped him a bit. I think Sharkazuli must have made a mistake there, because he's now a couple of seconds adrift there of Potter, so he may have just had a bit of a slip there coming through the first sector. Oh sorry, final sector should I say. 3 seconds behind. Rompu now looking like Rompu should have that. No, Rompu's lost it. Rompu's off. He's lost it coming out of the loop. Just as I say, he might have 11th place in the bag. That's Saki Andrew now up into P11, and Rompu's actually dropped behind Raki, I think, has he? Or has he? No, he's still ahead of Raki. But Rompu there losing out. He's down to P12 in this race. Let's go back to these two though. They've got some traffic just up ahead of them there, but Jazzman probably knows this is his last chance to make this stick. Is he going to throw the kitchen sink here at Tylus? Here they come. Round one of the back markers. Out onto the start finish here through Woodcote. They're going to come round this corner only one more time in this race now. One final lap of Silverstone Circuit here for the opening round of the GT3 Championship here on Assetto Corsa Competizione on the PlayStation 5 platform here at Motive. And we see there Tylus a little bit wide there coming out of Cops. Jazzman is going to look to pile the pressure on. He's going to be looking for any little chinks in the armour now. He knows where Tynus is weak. He knows where he can get this done. He just has to put his plan into action here. Goes a little bit easy coming through the first part of Chapel. Knows he needs a good exit. Here he comes. He's going to now be closer than he's ever been at the moment here on Tynus. Tynus is surely going to defend the inside line. Jazzman there gets a closing speed. He's going to look to the outside coming in towards Stoke Corner. Jazzman, is he going to make this go all the way around the outside here? Tynus very cleverly parks his car on the inside and hugs that curve on the inside. Nothing that Jazzman can do at the moment. Tynus once again is going to defend it. No, he's not. He's going to leave it over. No, very late defence there to the inside there from Tynus. Jazzman looks to the outside, goes for the cutback. Tynus goes a little bit deeper to the first part fail. Is that going to compromise him for the second part on the exit? Coming through Club Corner they come. Out onto the international pit straight. They've got half a lap left to go here in this race. Jazzman looking for a way around him. He's been all over the back of Tynus for the entirety of this race, but Tynus has driven a superb defensive display. He's not put a foot wrong. He's not given Jazzman anything to work with in this race. In towards Village they come. Jazzman getting close to that sausage curb there. And in towards Aintree. They've got one sector left to go. Tynus has led this entire race since getting the jump on Jazzman. Coming into Cops Corner for the first time, he managed to get that better fight. Jazzman was sleeping a little bit at the start, and that could have cost him the race win. Down the Wellington straight they come. Jazzman now looking to try and distract Tynus in the mirrors, throwing a feint to the inside in towards Brooklands. Tynus having none of it, keeping to his lines, and just Luffield to go now. And as long as Tynus can get a good exit out of here, he'll have this in the bag. Here they come, onto the power for the final time. It's been a great battle between these two, but Tynus in the house is going to take the opening round of the season here at Motive on the PlayStation 5 for the GT3s. Great battle between those two. Tynus, your winner, ahead of Jazzman, who really threw down the gauntlet there, but couldn't quite get there. A great fight between these two here for the first race of the season. Lucan is to come around the final corner. It's going to be a P3 here for this man in number 11 Porsche. Up towards the line he comes to complete the podium. Best of the rest here tonight. Apparatus coming into Luffield here. Onto the power, what a drive it's been from Apparatus. Managed to overhaul the Kuno towards the end and will pick up some very, very good points in this race. Here he comes over the line to finish the race. The Kuno finishes in 5th place, former champion of the GT3s here at Motor on the PS4. Completes the top 5 crew kit here. He's got a couple of corners left to go in the number 25 Ferrari. Here he comes. And now out of Luffield. And up towards the line comes Crew Kit, champion of the GT3 Spring Cup on a Saturday night last season on the PS4. He makes his PS5 exclusive debut tonight, obviously, alongside everybody else. P6 there for Crew Kit. Potter H has managed to pull out a bit of a gap to Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu dropped off pace a little bit over the last couple of laps. Potter H with some great points in the bag here. P7 in this one in the number 17 BMW. Up towards the line he comes to take a well-deserved 7th place. Shaka Zulu up towards the line, 8th place. There he comes over the line. A funny looking guy will take 9th place. Good result for him there. Solid position there. Saki and Andre will complete the top 10. Raki, Poplogs, Dazza Snipes, Ruster Rebel, Kev, Scooter Paul, Lexi have all finished the race. Stones will be coming up on the line. There he goes. Romper has also finished the race, and Saki will be the last driver to take the checkered flag. Drew the Great and Salty Joe retired a long way out, and Saki and Andre finishes the race there in P10. But great stuff there from the top two. What a battle we had between Tynus and Jazzman. They really did put on a great show there. Tynus holding on by the skin of his teeth at the end to take the win. Jazzman second place. Lucan completing the podium. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined us over the course of this 1 hour. I know obviously we didn't have many people watching at once. That's really down to the fact that obviously we were very restricted to the views we could have, so we didn't really get to show the action in its full glory. But yeah, well, hopefully the patch that will coming out tomorrow will fix the spectator mode, and next week we'll have some great trackside views there. But thanks once again to everybody. We will see you in the next one, guys. Join us next time for the PS5 League, and join us on Wednesday for the multiclass on PS4 and the GT3 Spring Cup on the PS5. Thanks everybody again, and yeah, see you in the next one.
brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And to quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in it. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.